You could be sitting on thousands of dollars, is what clickbait articles will try to tell you. They'll say that your childhood possessions are worth a lot of money. Unfortunately, a lot of those articles are wrong. But not to worry, there are some toys that actually are worth putting up for auction. You just have to know which ones to be able to assess how much you should ask for them. I know you're dying to know how much your old toys are actually worth, so don't worry, I'll tell you. Clickbait articles online will try to convince people that their old toys are worth trying to sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars, but most of their suggestions reference active listings rather than listings that actually were paid for by real people. So their suggestions are often invalid. I would know, after all, since I've been collecting toys online for 8 years, so I'm fairly familiar with the online market. First, I'll tell you how the clickbait articles are wrong. Then, I'll tell you how to judge your own prices. And finally, as a sort of bonus, I'll tell you a few toys that actually are worth quite a bit of money, but you may or may not actually have any lying around. Clickbait articles can have some legitimate points, but many are misleading. When you look up how much your old toys may be worth online, Business Insider's article often is the first to pop up. That article on toys that are worth a lot of money often state that one or two specific pieces from a particular line have sold for a lot, or that they have sold for up to an outrageous amount. Some will even share how much people list things for on eBay, rather than what they actually sell for. Disney VHS tapes and Beanie Babies are listed very high, but usually sell very low, around $10, even for the rare ones. Furbies are almost as guilty. Remember those guys? Yeah, you remember Furbies? Yeah, I remember Furbies. They're almost as guilty, as people will list common Furbies for $500 or more, when only a select few very rare models actually sell for more than $100, in or out of box. The articles often refer to an item's worth. In this case, worth refers to the amount of money that people are willing to pay for something. Monetary worth is judged by how much people have actually paid for an object, not how much something is listed for, how much people want to get for it. For example, the Business Insider article mentioned the Beanie Baby named Valentino, and he could be valued at close to $43,000, according to the article. But a quick eBay search shows that the highest active listings are up to $5,000, and the only ones that have actually sold in viewable history are up to $100. Even if some Beanie Babies sell for hundreds or thousands, it's usually an extremely rare variant, and you have to do a bit of research to find out if your Beanie Babies are worth more than just a few bucks. So that's what the articles tell you. But if you can't trust random internet articles, how do you know if you have old toys sitting around that are worth hundreds or more? The simple answer is to look up anything you think may be collectible on eBay and check the sold listings. Active listings may be helpful if you want to have the cheapest one available for the fastest sale, but past sales will let you know what people have been spending in general. Be careful about items listed in the packaging or removed from the packaging. The older the toy is, the more valuable the packaging is. For example, the packaging of an 80s My Little Pony is generally worth 50 to 90% of the overall value, based on my experience in that community. And beware of price outliers. One high or low sale may just be a fluke or accident. And you can also consult the community. Don't use a price guide that's out of date or that you have to pay for, such as a collector's book. The market is fluid, and collector communities are often happy to help appraise your collections if you ask in good faith. Many have their own groups and websites, such as He-Man or My Little Pony collector forums. But if you want a quick answer, I can tell you some of the toys that are easy to make a quick buck on, right here, right now. There are a few My Little Pony toys from the 1980s that are worth $100 or so, like this little guy. But most of them are either sold outside of the US, or you had to collect points to mail in to get a special pony, known as mail order bonus. Many toy lines had those back in the day, and some of those toys are very rare. Furbies. Some Furbies are actually worth a few hundred, but they're very rare, such as the Kid Cuisine Furby, of which 500 were made. 500 were made, and they're worth about $500 each. Any Build-A-Bear plush that has been recalled is generally worth at least $50. Even this pretty basic looking brown bear that was recalled back in 2003, yeah, he's worth at least $50. And some Beanie Babies are worth a few hundred, such as the original dinosaurs and the Princess Diana bear, this bear, but only if you look at her tush tag and see that it says PVC and not PE pellets. It's a very silly difference that makes all the difference in the in money. And the UK exclusive Care Bear plushies there are many that are worth $100 to $500 that were only sold in the UK in the 80s. So the chances are pretty low that you have something truly valuable laying around from your childhood. But there's always a chance that someone gave you a cool Star Wars action figure and you just never opened it. Or you managed to win a Furby from the Kid Cuisine contest and didn't know just how rare it was. Or maybe a family member gave you a toy that you got abroad and now you have a $500 Care Bear. The vintage toy market is such a large topic, and this barely scratches the surface, but hopefully it gave some insight as far as what to look out for when an article implies that that box of toys in your attic is worth thousands.